Do exactly what you feel like you cannot do. So if that is, I want to make a budget, but I'm scared to do it because I'm scared of what I might find. That's exactly why you should do it. Because your brain is telling you that things are going to be worse than what they actually are. Welcome back, sister. I hope that you have had a great week. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to another episode of Pocketbook Conversations. I hope y'all have been enjoying these conversations so far. As you can see, I am in pajamas, company branded pajamas to be very exact. Last week, I forgot to put these on. But for tax purposes, you will be seeing these pajamas again, okay? Just want to make sure that you know that. You let heads up. So if you see the leopard, you see all of the different colors. We got these branded specifically for the video podcast, okay? All right, so without further ado, let's get into today's episode. So I want to discuss what it looks like to not have money left over every single month, and then also to spiral and spend. All right. One of my clients actually brought this up to me last week during our group call, and she made me realize that everybody does this. But for some of us, it gets us deeper in the hole, where some people can recognize that that is what they are doing and they can stop it. And some people can't recognize what they are doing and they don't know how to stop it. So last week I had a SOS call with one of my private clients. And long story short, she miscalculated how much her bonus from work was supposed to be. And because of this, it put us at a huge deficit for how much money we were supposed to be working with for the month of May. It was about $1,200. So a part of her residual was missing from April, as well as a large chunk of her bonus was missing. Because of this, we were in the negative about $1,200. I had to find this $1,200. Wasn't hard for me to do. This is literally what I do for a living. I get my clients out of the negative. I figure out the best ways for them to utilize their money that they get paid from their jobs. And we use credit as least as we can. I don't think that I even said that right. As less as we can use credit, especially when it's not needed. And I'm going to talk about this in a future episode. When I don't have to touch a credit card for my personal life or for my client's life, I'm not going to touch it. It's not necessary, especially if we aren't actually utilizing the benefits of the card. So y'all know that Spirit Airlines closed, okay? And because of this, that added to, well, that was a part of the $1,200 deficit that we had, because she got a refund from Spirit, but we had to move a few of the expenses around. Because of that, there was some spiraling and some spending that was involved, because life was coming at her quickly. You know how life has ebbs and flows, and when we spiral, we tend to overspend. So I got my notes right here because I was writing out how I wanted this episode to go and flow. This particular client is in the project management industry, right? She is in the place of getting a promotion and being paid more money and fighting for that. So she has career that is going on. She is in a parental space. So she's doing the parenting thing, and just life as a whole is kicking her right now. But she's doing it with grace. So that is a part of the spiraling. And also, being that she's a client of my firm, she's not in the best place as far as her relationship with money, but it has gotten drastically better since she has been a client. She's been a client for almost a year now. And I'm very proud of her. But I am working on her being proud of herself, because there are times where we have calls where she's kicking herself. And I'm just like, sister, you don't have to do that. But I also understand that there is a trust element that goes into when you are spiraling. When you're spiraling and you finding yourself thinking of all of these different things. I just recently found out that depression is based in the past and anxiety is based in the future. And her anxiety takes over a lot because she feels like she should be further along. But getting out of debt is about the current journey that you are in. Consistency is the part that matters the most. Let me also add that day-to-day tasks have been adding on and piling on to her spiraling, right? So when you spiral, the next effect from that is spending, spiraling and spending. But the part about the spending is overspending, and it's probably not spending that you are planning to actually do. When you think of overspending, what are 2 items that you know for a fact that you overspend on every single month? I know one is going to be groceries every time. And the second one is going to be eating out. Those are the 2 main things that I always see ladies overspend on. Spiraling directly leads to spending, right? I just said that. When you continue to do this over and over again, it's creating a loop, right? And the only way that you can break the loop is by interrupting the pattern. But how can you interrupt the pattern when you don't trust yourself? That's the part that I think a lot of people do not talk about. It's easy to say, yeah, in order to break the pattern, you got to go outside and, you got to walk. Or in order for you to break the pattern, you can go to the gym. I know for me, it was like, okay, I can break the pattern if I get up at 5 a.m., go to the gym, make breakfast, all these different things. It doesn't work if you don't trust yourself. So we work on helping our clients trust themselves. That is the number one thing that we do. And we prove to them that you can trust yourself by giving them their budgets and laying everything out for them. We put it in their face. You cannot fix something, nor can you trust yourself if you do not see exactly what you're working with, right? So that is step 1, trusting yourself. The best way I can put it as far as you learning how to trust yourself is by giving yourself small tasks to do, things that you know that you can achieve. And when you actually achieve those things, you have to celebrate yourself. That is important, whether it's a big win or a small win. And it might sound cliche, it might just sound corny, but that is what you have to do, because it's just like a child. When you celebrate a child, they are more inclined to do more because they enjoy the dopamine boost that they are getting from the celebration. Thinking back on childhood, I would get good grades because I knew that I would be rewarded with either some level of praise, money, whatever it was. I knew that it was coming, so I was more inclined to do things. Therefore, I trusted myself to make sure that I'm going to always get the reward. I want you to think back on things that you did as a kid that you got rewarded for. And I hope that everybody got rewarded as children. And if you didn't, I'm sorry. But matter of fact, let's take the whole childhood part out of it. If you have a childhood memory, I want you to stick with that. If you don't have a childhood memory, but you were praised for something and it made you more inclined to do that thing more, think of that. That is a form of being able to trust yourself because you want to continue to do something. It's like working out. You know that you can trust yourself to stay consistent with your workouts because you like the results that you're seeing. That's a form of a dopamine boost. Trusting yourself directly linked to dopamine boosts when you are celebrated. So that's why I said you have to celebrate yourself, even with the big or the small wins. The next thing that you have to do, so trust yourself is number 1. The second thing is you have to identify what is making you spiral. When you're trying to identify what you are spiraling about, breathing techniques are going to always come in handy. I know when I was getting out of debt and I found myself in debt, time and time again. And I was trying to figure out exactly, okay, so how did I get here? Let me walk back through my steps. Yes, it is uncomfortable, but I'm trying to break the pattern. I'm trying to interrupt what I have done, but I can't get to where I want to be if I don't understand where I currently am. I recently gave my group clients a task of, for the next 24 hours, write down all of the negative thoughts that come to your mind. A lot of your pattern interruption is going to come from you breaking the negative thoughts that you are allowing to fester. What do I mean by that? When you have negative thoughts, majority of the time, those negative thoughts are not true. Those are things that your brain has made up that we have chosen to believe, that you have chosen to believe. That is another part of breaking the pattern. So I'm going to go through that exercise with my ladies next week when I meet with them on Wednesday. If you want to be a part of that, all you have to do is click the link that is in the bio and join the group program. It is called Her Money Confidence. We recently renamed Her Money Confidence. I'm super duper excited about this rename of Her Money Confidence. You heard it here first. It has not gone live publicly, but again, Her Money Confidence will be coming. Well, the new name is coming soon to all platforms. But if you want to be a part of that group, DIY program, by the way, all you have to do is click the link that is in the bio. You can actually join today. We meet every Wednesday. Your next step after you identify what you are spiraling about is trusting that you can break the pattern. That's why trusting yourself is number one. When you can trust that you can break this pattern, you are empowering yourself to be able to move on to the next step. And you are empowering yourself to say, you know what? I'm bigger than this. This is not going to control me. I got this. I'm not about to allow this to take over me. And everything that my brain is telling me, just because it is new, just because I'm trying to do something different, I'm not in danger. I know that I'm not in danger. I talked about that on episode 1 of me breaking out of my pattern and doing new things, like finally bringing y'all this podcast, And I was just like, for so long, it was crippling. And it was because my brain was telling me, girl, this is new. No, ma'am, unsafe. We cannot do that. This is not going to work. But I knew that doing this was nothing that would ever hurt me or harm me. It was not going to hurt me to actually get in front of this camera and do what I always have been doing for years now. So here we is, okay? Even though I know that it's here we are for the grammar police chat. And your last step is to do something different. Do exactly what you feel like you cannot do. So if that is, I want to make a budget, but I'm scared to do it because I'm scared of what I might find. That's exactly why you should do it. Because your brain is telling you that things are going to be worse than what they actually are. My client felt like things were going to be actually worse than they were. Yes, she was in the negative, but she's our client. We're literally here to solve these types of issues. So by the end of the call, stress was completely gone. She was completely like, oh, okay. And I'm just like, listen, whenever you are panicking, all you have to do is reach out in your private channel. All you have to do is say, hey, girl, not having a good day. Need to talk about it. Send a voice note. My clients can send voice note, videos, messages, like text message, book their SOS call, because that was a SOS call. Whatever you need to do, whichever form of communication is best for you, do it. You do not have to be performative for us. We need transparency in order to get you to where you desire to be. I stress this with every single last client of mine. The only way that we can help you is if you are transparent. But I'm also understanding that my clients are still learning to trust themselves. So if you are in this same space, I want you to follow the 4 steps that I just gave you of pattern interruption. It will be your best friend when you are trying to get your finances in order or anything else that you have going on in your life. So we help our clients break that pattern. We teach our clients to trust themselves. We help them identify where they are spiraling. And we also teach them how to trust themselves when they're making financial decisions, whether they are one of our private clients or our group client. It is very important, no matter which program you are in, that you understand the financial decisions that you are making. Yes, We are the captain of the ship, but you are the co-captain, okay? And when it is time for us to hand the reins back over to you, you will have 100% confidence in every decision that you're making with your finances, whether it is time for you to buy another vehicle, whether it is time for you to buy a home, whether it is time for you to switch and get a different job, whether you are wanting to leave your job and become, I don't know, a digital nomad, something, whatever it is that is related to your finances, we guide our clients through that process step by step. When it comes to spiraling and spending, that stops here. So we show your brain a new pattern by teaching you a customized version of financial literacy that is literally for you, that was created literally for you and your finances. There are things that you have to prove to yourself before you can accept that, yes, you make a lot of money and you deserve to make a lot of money. Yes, you deserve financial stability. Yes, you deserve financial freedom. The reason why you feel like you are undeserving or you feel uncomfortable with where you are financially is because you don't trust yourself. So we constantly teach our clients how to feel confident in their financial standing, as well as feeling confident with their financial placement in life, because a lot of times they feel guilty for making six figures. A lot of times they feel guilty for making more money than a lot of their parents did, their spouses. And we constantly work on breaking that pattern in their mind that, yes, you are deserving and yes, you should be here. And this is how you need to maintain your finances in order for you to stay here and elevate past this space in your life. And understand the only reason why your brain is screaming fear, no, don't do this, is because your new behavior that we walk you through and teach you how to do is unfamiliar. And because it is unfamiliar, it's not a habit that your brain is used to doing. Once it becomes familiar, your brain says, oh, okay, this actually does feel good. And then this becomes a routine, which is why consistency is so important, which allows their brain, whenever their brain is screaming danger, no, don't do that, you're not going to do well with it, you didn't do well with it the last time, it allows them to actually silence that part of their brain because there's a plan that is in front of them. They have accountability from us. We're holding their hand to where they are able to confidently use their credit cards for transactions that are built into the budget and know that the card is going to be paid off in full. It's not a crippling feeling of, oh my God, I'm going to carry a balance and this girl is letting me do this. No, you have credit cards. We teach you how to properly use them while also showing you how to make your salary work for you so that you do not have to feel like you need to make more money because you don't need to make more money. You need to learn how to manage the money that you currently have. So that is what we do with every single client. Don't think I forgot. We did have some homework from last week. I wanted you to go through your transactions and see if you had some residual left over. Did you? Did you not? Do you know how to find it? If you don't have it, if you don't know how to find it, it's definitely a perfect time to become a one-to-one client or to join the group program. So if you're interested in becoming a one-to-one client, all you have to do is go to the show notes, click the link that is in the show notes and book your consultation to become a private client. Or if you are more of a group girly and you're like, no, I don't want to be a private client, I actually want the community of it all, you can click that link as well to become a part of Her Money Confidence. Super duper excited about the name change, like I said. But until next time, ladies, I will see y'all next week.